In tonight's episode of BestowCast, dun, 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 we talk Shang-Chi and Rescue Rangers. So you finally saw Shang-Chi? We can finally talk about Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Or Shang-Chi? I don't know, when I was a kid, we had the comics, so you didn't have the phonetic spelling, so I was just like, Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi it is. And then the movie came out, and Shang-Chi's like, oh.
It was a movie.
So, in-depth review of Shang-Chi. Who is it about?
Shang-Chi.
What does the person do?
He becomes a superhero.
What else happens?
He gets kidnapped.
And then what?
He goes to the taco shop.
The taco shop? There was a taco shop? There was a taco shop?
No.
No? All right. Then we'll assume that everybody that's watching this has watched Shang-Chi. So that way we can just keep this within 15 minutes. Not have an entire episode of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
But what was the best scene of the movie?
I like the dragon.
The end credits.
The end credits.
You like the dragon?
I like the dragon.
So your favorite scene is the end scene?
No.
No?
Well, kinda, I guess.
All right. Isn't it like Dweller in the Darkness? Was that the other?
I guess.
The demon.
The demon.
So was that, or was it that?
No, it wasn't the demon.
Or was it the
demon
bus scene?
Like,
The bus fight?
No, that was good. It was,
Are the discovery of the fake Mandarin still being in the franchise?
I like the headless thing.
The headless.
It was cute.
What was his name? Winston, wasn't it? Something.
Winston. I don't know.
I like the headless thing. I like the
Morris.
nine-tail. Morris.
I think.
Was it Morris? I think it was Morris. I think you're right.
I think.
And the nine tails, and the dragon, and the stupid deer thing, and the lion
The
things,
lion thing.
and the flying birds, and riveting.
Yep.
Death Dealer that lasts like a whole 5 seconds is like, oh yay, Death Dealer. Oh, he's dead already. Somebody dealt him a death.
Yep.
Razor Fist I'm familiar with Razor Fist from the Wolverine comics. Razor Fist was in there. And I think actually like both of his hands are like have razors on them that have blades on them. And I believe like he might have appeared in Deadpool or something, and they've often made fun of him, like, how do you wipe your ass?
I mean, yeah, fair. I want to know the answer to that question too.
Okay, so you like Shang-Chi, the best scene. Oh, and we forgot Fight Club. There was that Fight Club scene too. So we got the end dragon scene, we got the bus scene, we got the Fight Club scene. So, and go. Or should we start low? All right, we'll start low. What's low? Fight Club
so
scene,
confused.
bus scene, or the dragon scene. Go. What's number 3? God darn it, what's number 3? Number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3. What? Down here. What's down here? Bus scene, Fight Club, wagon scene.
Dragon.
The dragon
No,
scene number 3?
No, obviously not.
Why would the dragon scene be number 3?
Obviously not.
Oh my god, why would you rank that so low?
Oh my god, why would you rank that so low?
What's number 3?
Okay, number 3, probably the bus.
The bus.
The bus.
Okay, then number 2, as if I don't know.
The Fight Club.
Okay. And what's number?
The Dragon.
The Dwagon.
The Dragon.
All right. Again, I think,
I went in chronological order.
I think bus scene, I bet the Fight Club, and probably Dragon for me are probably the same.
Chronological
I mean, you
order.
got the Dragon scene's like the entire last third
Yeah.
of the movie. So we got a true martial arts movie. Mm-hmm. If we don't count this crappy Iron Fist. The actor came out and he's like, I didn't even bother to learn martial arts. And the director came out and I didn't even bother to find out if anybody used martial arts. And everybody that watched Iron Fist was like, yeah, that's the worst martial arts. The guy that's supposed to be a martial arts expert and has the Iron Fist and can use it once per day, and he's not fighting.
Damn. Imagine.
Imagine that. Imagine Dragon. There's Dragon in Iron Fist too. Actually, a lot of people, some people I talked to, they thought that Shang-Chi was supposed to be the replacement of Iron Fist because of
Iron Fish.
Iron Fish. What was it? Tao Lo was where they were. That was where they were at, wasn't it? It was Tao Lo. Because it's supposed to be like the 9 Kingdoms of Heaven. Tao Lo had the dragon, which kind of helped. Who kind of helped Shang-Chi. In Iron Fist, it's kind of similar. Where I can't remember. See, they're in another sacred area, and there's the dragon that grants that guy, Danny Rand, the power of the Iron Fist. But I think that it's supposed to be that they're all kind of, because it's supposed to be like the 9 Kingdoms of Heaven. So it might be that the Iron Fist might be just of a different. It's all they all kind of draw from the same well, maybe. Supposedly Iron Fist and Shang-Chi in the comic books fought to a draw because neither one of them can win. Well, Shang-Chi's supposed to be like the master of martial arts, and Iron Fist is, he's got his Iron Fist. He can do some fisting. It's kind of interesting how the movie works, because Marvel would license a lot of things, and then years later have problems with the licensing and who owns what. Mm-hmm. And Shang-Chi, back in I think it was roughly around the 70s, there was a show called Kung Fu that was super popular, and they tried to get the rights for Kung Fu to make that a part of their Marvel universe. And they couldn't get the rights to that show. And that show, it was extremely popular, supposedly back in the day. So it's probably their, I don't know, Stranger Things, I guess. I don't know what the comparison would be. So they ended up getting the rights to, what did they get the rights to? Rights to Fu Manchu. So Shang-Chi is supposed to be the son of Fu Manchu. And, it's kind of interesting is that they can't use Fu Manchu. That was their licensing. They licensed that. Mm-hmm. So when you're kind of making it modern, you can't use that because that's somebody else's rights, or you got to pay somebody else for that, or somebody else has to prove it that. So it's kind of interesting that they made his father the Mandarin instead of Fu Manchu. And now you know. Ding, 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 ding.
The more you know.
That thing.
I guess I should.
Well,
the more you know.
Marvel ended up doing a lot of things because Marvel had the rights. They licensed G.I. Joe and Transformers. Mm-hmm. G.I. Joes are all named from Marvel comics. Matter of fact, G.I. Joe, when Marvel had the G.I. Joe franchise, they were supposed to be a part of the Marvel universe, and Cobra was supposed to be what Hydra is. And when it was it became a kind of a rights thing. They made Hydra their own thing, and then they made Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. their kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They made Nick Fury and the Alien Commandos instead. Originally, it was Nick Fury in the G.I. Joes. Nick Fury was supposed to be leading the Joes. But then there's stuff where it was in Transformers, in Transformers, there's a guy that's obviously Tony Stark. He's supposed to be the Tony Stark analog, which is it doesn't make sense because Transformers still is kind of a part of the Marvel universe, but it isn't, but it is. But then they have a Tony Stark-esque kind of guy. And then they have a female character. I can't remember her name. I think it might be Livewire, but I might be wrong. And I didn't research that. And well, she appeared in Secret Wars. Like, I guess Marvel does these things where if they were going to introduce a character that they wanted to have the rights to that didn't belong to somebody, they would put them in a different book and then make them cross over. So she appeared in Secret Wars, which makes her a Marvel property. But it kind of sucks because like IDW is trying to like recollect all the stories, including the Marvel stuff. Because I think IDW even continued the Marvel storyline. I think IDW continued the GI Joe storyline, and they have to black the character out, or they have to change. I think like some of them they black the character out. Some of them they change her name. They can't use the name because it's a copyrighted name for her for Marvel. There's like issue like 5 has the black suited Spider-Man, and that supposedly I guess he's just blacked out in the books because they don't have the rights to use Spider-Man. I mean, it's just kind of the weird things that Marvel did. So Shang-Chi, I mean, just a long way to get back to Shang-Chi, but that was kind of the same thing of how he works and how I've noticed in the comics, like I kind of see like if the MCU isn't based off of like the Ultimate Comics line, there's modern stuff that's written to kind of change the stuff, and then it seems like the Marvel MCU is based off of the modern stuff, and then they pepper in some of the stuff from the past comic books. So I think Shang-Chi is more of an iteration of the current Shang-Chi in the modern comics, and then maybe some peppered in stuff in the past. Because I guess apparently like Death Dealer, he was his foe in the past. And he only lasted like 5 comics before he died, so I guess that's the fitting end. Although I would have liked to see him at least in the sequel or something. But maybe somebody with the name Death Dealer, maybe they're unable to die, but he's pretty much dead. They confirmed that. Razor Fist. Well, maybe we get Razor Fist in Wolverine and Deadpool. On your tier list, so now you have Shang-Chi as haven't watched. Where would you put Shang-Chi? The S tier, the
I would
A,
put it
B, C?
in like a B.
In the B tier?
Yeah, in the B tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Any reasons?
I mean,
it was good. It's just
it was
not, it's
good.
Just, it's just not. It's not Doctor Strange.
It's not.
Good.
Yeah, it's not Doctor Strange. It has Wong in it.
It has Wong in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it can't be
Wong's
right.
not Doctor Strange either.
It can't be right if it has Wong. I will take that back. I apologize for that. That was totally Wong. That was Shang-Chi. It's a B ranking. It's a B-rate movie. And we'll be right back.
Creative continuity. We bring the convention to you.
This is Mr. Lobo for Creative Continuity, and I'm here at Baltimore Comic-Con with Joe Staten.
Hello. I've been drawing the Dick Tracy newspaper strip for about 6 years now, and plan to stick with it for quite a few more.
He's kind of like the detective.
He is. He is the American version of Sherlock Holmes.
The American Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
And he's got a lot of great gadgets, and he's got a lot of an amazing rogues gallery of villains.
Right.
And I would say that, like, I think Batman and all the things that came afterward, I think follow that template of having this kind of rogues gallery of devious and strange-looking villains.
Very much. Dick Tracy had a huge influence on Batman. So, Tracy's in there.
You can catch the rest of this interview on youtube.com/Bestow TV. Bandales! Rescue! God damn it. No, Rescue Rangers! Did you ever think that you were going to watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers?
I mean,
I've heard rumblings about this, and I heard rumblings of it being bad and don't bother, and then I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, it's here.
I mean, I saw like trailers and stuff for it, and then I was like, Dad's probably gonna want to watch that. And then you did, so I was right. And yeah, so we watched it. So I kind of figured, you know.
So did you hate it? Did you hate it? Did you hate it, or did you hate it?
Why does this all have to be on a scale?
I don't know. Fine. Did you hate it? Did you hate it, or did you hate it?
Oh.
It was weird. Like I had already known about the ugly Sonic thing, and that's
Yeah.
like the thing that everybody's like hinging off of. Like, oh my god, that like they included ugly Sonic, but I didn't know that they included ugly Sonic that much. Like I thought it was just kind of a throwaway thing, and I was actually surprised with how much they really got away with. Because we got ugly Sonic, we got a cameo from a South Park character, we got a cameo from a Beavis and Butthead character, we've got the cats in the uncanny alley.
Yeah.
At least they didn't add the buttholes to them, I guess. I mean, that's an internet thing, is it? The butthole cut? They want the butthole cut of the cats. And all right, fine. You're lucky. You stay off of the same channels that I'm in.
I don't want to watch cats.
I don't want to watch cats either. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm out. I'm good when it came to cats. I don't know what to kind of expect from it, because it's like, I mean, I watched the cartoon. It was fine. I wasn't like hyper into it. And I just thought, oh, it's a lot of stuff where they're bringing back the nostalgia kind of stuff, you know, because that's a 90s cartoon, so now it's the 90s is the in thing. And I mean, I guess it was a mystery. It was a Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers mystery, but it was just involved around like Comic-Con culture and
Yeah.
a lot of weird ass jokes.
A lot of weird jokes.
Spoilers. I guess this is the point where we say spoilers. You know, I guess like we've already spoiled Ugly Sonic, but I believe that Ugly Sonic was already spoiled way back when. But the fact that we get an adult Peter Pan as the villain. You were warned. I said spoilers.
Sweet Pete.
Sweet Pete. Which is, it's actually an interesting concept where it's like he would have stayed young, because he's young. He stays young when he stays in Neverland, but because they stopped making the movies, he was never in Neverland anymore. So therefore, he got older. When he got older, nobody wanted to have anything to do with him, which is just kind of it's actually kind of a commentary on like Hollywood alone, where like a lot of that stuff once the child actors got older, like nobody wants to have anything to do with them anymore. But it's kind of a funny concept where he's taking actual like trademarked characters and then changing them and making bootlegs. I don't know. So you kind of get the commentary of like the bootleg kind of stuff. I think it was in the trailers or whatever. It was the mixed media of Dale being, make sure I got the names right. Dale being 3D animated and Chip being traditionally animated, even though it's still computer animated. It just looks like the traditional style. And a lot of people were like, eh. But I'm like, I kept saying like right from the beginning, I'm like, I get the World of Gumball vibes from this whole thing. Like, I don't know if the guy's related to that or not. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there was 2 World of Gumball characters in there. I'm pretty sure the cops that were in the one scene were from World of Gumball. Lobo and I had discussed this a bit, and he's like, he got very much the Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibes from it, which Roger Rabbit makes a cameo in the whole thing. But I don't know if it's a kind of, I guess. I mean, if you were to compare it to Roger Rabbit, would you say it's?
Yeah, kinda, in a way.
Like Roger Rabbit on its side, like tilted, like an askew
Maybe
Roger Rabbit.
Almost.
A Roger Rabbit where they just slide right off the... Roger Rabbit, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, askewed Roger Rabbit. Go. We got the film debut of Ugly Sonic.
Ugly Sonic, yeah. Yeah,
in a Disney film.
he's so ugly.
It's all about the memes nowadays. We make the movies about the memes.
Yeah, you gotta capitalize on that.
Well, I
market.
mean, if you don't, how else do you get snakes on a plane?
Yeah.
That was a internet thing back in the day. Back in the day, back
in
when
the day.
I was not as old. Would I watch it again though? Would I ever watch that again? If it came out that I had to buy a physical copy, would I ever buy a physical copy?
I wouldn't buy a
of
physical
that?
copy, but I mean, if I had to watch it again, I wouldn't. I'd be like, it's not the
I'd
worst thing
watch
I
it
can
again.
watch.
I guess. I don't know. Like in comparison to something like, Ace Ventura
Cats.
and stuff. Cats. Well, I mean, it's already got the advantage over Cats because I've already seen it one time more than Cats.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Maybe I'd watch it maybe another time. I mean, I don't know. Like, all right, so let's see here. Happy Gilmore. How old is Happy Gilmore? Happy Gilmore is probably a 90s movie. So 90s, 2000, 2010, 2022. So that's Happy Gilmore is a 40-year-old movie. Mm. Is that true? In 30 plus years, are you going to be watching Rescue Rangers with fondness as like we were watching Happy Gilmore?
No.
Or Ace Ventura? Ace Ventura is probably about the same age.
I would watch Ace Ventura.
But I'm asking, in 30 years, would you be
30
watching?
years?
Would you be
No.
watching Rescue Rangers when you're like tapping up the holograms that are beamed directly in your mind? You're like, Rescue Rangers.
I'll be showing my
That's right,
probably
it's on this
non-existent kids.
Your non-existent kids.
My probably
You're just like-
non-existent. I'd be
you're-
like, do you want to watch
You wanna-
Rescue Rangers?
Rescue
Watch
Rangers!
Rangers.
Your grandfather loved this shit! In 2052, would you be watching Rescue Rangers with your old man in the nursing home being like, Dad, do you remember this? These are good times. Shut up and eat your pudding. You'd be like, fuck no, I'll be putting on freaking Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'll put on Moon
Because
Knight.
at that time, Moon Knight will be that old. You'll be like, I can't believe they went in that direction with Moon Knight.
I'll be watching Doctor Strange.
You'd be watching Shang-Chi going, you remember this? Dad, you remember this? Do you remember the dragons? I see dragons now. Rescue Rangers. Oh, that's a slammer. That's Pogs. I might have had that set, but that's a slammer. Pogs used to be famous for like a minute in the 90s. Like exactly 1 minute. They're like, here, buy these. Oh, they're popular now. That set's worth $1,000. Give me all right, yeah, write down the check. Okay, now they're no longer good. They're defunct. Oh. All right, here we go. The ultimate, here we go. Ultimate ABC. Here we go. Rescue Rangers, either one of these. Shang-Chi. I don't know, we didn't have a third. I got Happy Gilmore. What's down here?
Why do we have to have 3? Why can't we just have 2?
Well, because then it's a third of the screen, a third of the screen, a third of the screen. If we have 2, it'd be like,
Half the screen.
Well, then, no, half the screen's like there.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, it's 1/2.
Fine. Rescue Rangers Shang-Chi or Rescue Rangers Shang-Chi? Starting here, let's go.
Starting here? I want starting here, right here. Rock bottom.
Oh yeah, what was down here?
I hate you.
What was down here?
Okay.
Cats.
Okay.
All right, somebody said cat. All right, Rescue Rangers. Rescue Rangers or Shang-Chi or cats. Rescue Rangers, Shang-Chi and/or cats. What are cats?
Cats. Rock bottom.
Cats.
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 Cats. Right here.
Okay.
And then Rescue Rangers. And then Shang-Chi.
And that's a list I can get behind. And that's the end for the day. We made it through another episode. Yay! See you next time.
Give me high fives.
Damn it!